Hey, Terry, let's talk briefly about, okay, so you're talking about the way AI, the way customers use AI to search dealer inventory and how that intersects with payment affordability index. What do you, tell me more?
Oh yeah, originally, we created this payment affordability index to answer the questions that most consumers are asking in AI and chat. For example, I'm looking for a sport utility for around $500 a month. What can I get, right? Those questions are currently not being answered because um, the data or the structure that dealers have on their inventory pages on SRP or VDP, AI can't read that. Search can't read that structure. It's meant for consumers, not for machine learning or AI. So, we started this payment affordability index to create the answers to the questions of what can I afford for, X amount. But after reading more about the discussion that's being had out there on social media, whether it's LinkedIn primarily, and that is, you know, dealer inventory being surfaced in AI when consumers ask questions, like even on price based or color, whatever the question might be about what they're looking for to buy vehicle wise. And originally we were focused on the payment side, but and after talking internally and looking at what the issues are in the marketplace with surfacing answers to any question in regards to what should I buy, what can I buy, whatever buy, right? In AI, uh, the answers right now come primarily from large marketplaces, cars.com, car gurus. CarMax was one that uh, answers are being surfaced. Um, not necessarily always the right answer, but an answer, right? Some type of answer. One person gave an example on one of the marketplaces where you got you got an answer, and there's also 30 other cars that you might want to go look at on this particular marketplace. And so the problem, and this is in a LinkedIn message exchange public, that the problem is dealers are not being surfaced when these questions are being asked. Dealers' inventory, specific inventory, is not being returned in AI search. And so, as I continue to read these messages and reply to yes, the data has to be formatted in a certain way, which our schema I think does that, and we've actually proven that years ago with regular search, and now we're going to be proving it with AI. And so, as I continue to read this, I thought, well, okay, the data that we're structuring, this inventory data that we structure for payments, um, both lease, loan, all of that, we also have that data for the vehicle descriptions, color, basically a VDP, details page, right? We have all of that data because we have the inventory feed. So we're able to structure now, in addition to just returning the payment answers, we're actually able to return other answers to questions, maybe not even payment related, but how many F-150s are out there? I mean, obviously that's AI, or the answers or the questions will get more deep to the point where pricing and or payment will become relevant, right? As you narrow down the vehicles, what is the payment on that vehicle? What can I get that F-150 for under $500 a month, 600, whatever that is. So now we're thinking about being able to um, create an index And we're expanding the idea into now it's going to be full answer engine. Now, this isn't this. So the reason cars.com, and this is kind of an important part of what we're building, cars, car gurus, all the marketplaces. The reason the answers are being surfaced too, one of two reasons. One is the answers aren't on the individual dealers' websites in a way that is readable. We already talked about that. But the other reason is there's not enough information, not enough indexable or truth data on a dealer's website, especially a single dealer website, a single point dealer website, to for an AI to be like, oh wow, that's a lot of data. No, it's not a lot of data. It's a little bit of data. So AI is looking for a lot of data, a lot of canonical truth, formatted data, whereas a one dealer website's going to have a structure of data, a schema of whatever, and then the next dealer's website's going to have a different structure. So now you have these different two structures of data, of vehicle inventory data, that AI is like, I don't know which one. Oh, here's a marketplace that has a lot of data that's formatted structurally, consistently, all the time. It's the same way. So I know I can grab some. It may not be the right data, but it's structured data that I can go and reference, not these individual stores that are all like website providers have got different ways that they surface. Most of it's not readable, as I said, anyway. So, what we've created, without getting into a lot of details about it, we've created a way that these dealers, whether you're a large group, again, I would say most, even AutoNation, what's the largest dealer? They're probably not as big as Cars.com as far as inventory or any of the marketplaces. They're not as big as those marketplaces. So, but if we're able to take these large dealer groups and other dealer groups, and we're able to present that data in a way where it's normalized and conical so that the AIs can be like, oh, okay, here's a source, and we have this data, um, or this data is out there. It's all sourced, and it's sourced by dealership. Now, now, large groups and single rooftops can play in that same field as the marketplaces. Does that make sense?
Well, it does. You've said a lot there. I want to see if I can break it down. So you made me think of metadata, which for some might think I'm talking about Meta, the new company out of Facebook, but I believe they called it Meta because of metadata, which has existed for a long time. And what I'm getting at is in a website, you and I both know that a lot of the code of a website is images and things that can't be read. Whereas you need metadata behind every image or
Yeah.
the organized data that the
Mhm.
AI can peruse quickly, faster than a human being, and get back to you the information you were really looking for. Because it
Right.
can't read $1,000 off this Honda.
I mean, it can read printed ads, but that's not vehicle specific.
Right, again, and it's not maybe not up to date, right? And this is where
Right.
new relevant information meets full data stack, to use your word.
Yeah. Yeah. That's exactly right. And that's where we're going with this because I
And
see
that
the
makes
questions
sense.
being asked. I know with what we produce internally, um, which again primarily is it started with payment affordability, lease, loan, new, used, all of that, right? With credit prequalification. So that's the other piece of that. Once you actually get to the vehicle you want to buy, then it's can I afford it?
Right, so
Can I
now
buy it?
now
Right?
you're helping them get to the vehicle
We're
that
having
they
get to
can
the
afford to
vehicle,
buy. Right,
and now we're going to find out if they can buy it. So it's not a,
right.
it's getting to the vehicle is the first part. Then it's like, okay, hmm, can I actually buy that vehicle? Right. Credit is my credit, am I credit worthy to buy that vehicle? And those are the two pieces that we're putting together. We do that now, but we're doing it based upon dealer websites, integrating with current um, inventory pages that are website related. Um, so we rely on the consumer visually seeing, oh, that vehicle, I want to pre-qualify. There's the payment. I want to pre-qualify for that payment, and boom, we go right down to our through our ver, identity verification with credit pre-qualification to get to the payments that they actually to. That's the other, of course, and that's what came about us having the ability to do this in inventory index where with our shop by payment experience, it's all enclosed in one experience. It doesn't require a dealer website. A lot of our dealers start with QR codes, giving the salesperson a QR code. We've got dealers running TV ads, shop by payment 24/7, scan this QR code. But that goes into our system, our platform, which is totally enclosed. But in that platform, we're surfacing the answers of that question of I want to buy a sport utility, I want to spend, $500 a month. What can I get? Right. So we're already doing that. But now, because we have that capability and that inventory with all the information with that inventory to create the results of what vehicles are available for $550 a month or around that, and we show that you got to know. Okay, well here's one. Oh, I need more details about it. Oh, here's all the description. So we have all that data. So now instead of the consumer having to ask that, AI can ask those questions for you, or we give it an API. Actually, we're working with agentic AI companies right now where they're using our APIs to extrapolate that information, right? But those are agentic AIs on dealer websites. This is not an actual um, this is not a chat GPT where the consumer's just like, hey, they're typing away or saying what they want, right? That's different. So we do it. We're able to do it with the consumer doing it themselves, right? Actually, physically do it. We give agentic AI the ability to use our APIs to do it through a dealer website or some other platform. And now we're able to do it through like a like a chat session that the consumer, just like ChatGPT, for example, or whatever one you want to use, where you're asking those questions sitting at your desk. Just, hey, wow, I think I might want to buy something. Let me check it out, right? We're doing that now with AI. So those are, I think, are the three main components we're able to cover in the exploratory phase of what can I buy for a budget. And now because we have that data, we can also answer the question on price. Because a lot of people will start, they think of price. All right, I want to buy something for $30,000. Okay. They're more interested in the payment, but payments aren't being surfaced. So now that's like price. Well, maybe I can get to the price. Or I want blue, or I want all wheel drive, or I want whatever it is. We now have that data and can surface those answers to those questions.
So I think the question then that I've got is, so right now, if a customer searches on, say, basic chat GPT, which I also think, right, we're starting to all begin to learn that there's other types of AI that do different things, right? It's 2026, we're kind of learning that now. It's not just chat GPT, but you can go into other forms of AI. Uh, so let's go to basic chat GPT, which is, I think, where the average consumer will be. Are they able to get relevant, accurate results if they say, show me affordable trucks at dealerships in my area?
From what I've seen, no. And if it is, it's being surfaced from large marketplaces.
Right. And so that is one of the things that's being improved upon, as you mentioned, in your schema, right? In the way
Right.
that you're going to help dealerships improve their searchability through AI for
Mhm.
the average customer and beyond, right? That's just kind of the beginning. Because then the next step, I think, as you said, because we know AI, when it gets to the end of an answer, it asks a question. Would you then now the AI says, would you like for me to list the affordable pickups at dealerships in your area? And you say yes. And really where you're headed is, can I get the affordable payments, right? For my what, right? I mean, and then it becomes,
Yeah.
and then you are into that personalized shop by payment.
Right. Once we have their credit, do the pre-qual, all of that, now we can get into the real thing. So, but yeah, no, this just, I mean, this has obviously been on my mind of because we have the ability, the capability. We've already built this out, like I said, for the various other use cases, but it's like, wow, why don't we just offer it for this? So with a little tweaking, we can make it work on through dealer websites too, so that that data can be um, surfaced and answers can be surfaced when consumers ask questions through
And
AI.
in fact, what you just said there, I think, is that now you're working with the dealership and their AI product,
Hmm.
right? Because dealerships are going to have AI. And is that kind of what started this? Is the CarMax AI conversation?
No,
No,
not at all. No,
not
that
at all.
wasn't it at
Okay.
all.
That's
I
just
mean that
another AI
yeah, that
conversation.
just yeah, the CarMax AI thing was like it was almost like because I commented on it because uh, Todd, who started the post, was talking about
And
structure.
Todd, hey, shout out to Todd. He's making a
Todd,
lot of great posts
yeah,
about AI. Okay,
Todd
right?
Smith, yeah,
Yeah.
great. He's every multiple days, green tea on Sunday or whatever. He's always talking about AI, and I agree with everything he's saying. I mean, I like
Yes.
everything that I've read, I've agreed, or can add color to it, commentary to it. He's on the right track, but what we're doing is a little different than that. I think I haven't seen anybody
Right.
say, "Oh, we've solved that for this," and
Well,
that's what I think we've solved. Everybody talks about it, and there's obviously there's all kinds of AI and data and this and that and how do we, but we're solving a little bit of a more inventory specific because it's not being answered now.
and see, what I was going to say, there's multiple types of AI challenges and solutions, but what you're talking about by solving the how do I get to your inventory now and start getting into that vehicle now, that's where I think most dealers are wanting to get now, right? Isn't that what they want to do now?
Well, well, let's find out because I'm going to ask some. I'm going to ask some, and we're going to see what kind of answer I get. Right? Normally, it's yeah. Oh, I already have payments, or actually, they don't. Right? You got to
Sure.
click on
Well,
get your
people will
payment.
say these things.
Get your payment. That's not the answer. That's not
Yeah.
what AI is going to do. It's not going to click on get my payment and get that for you. Right? It's going to tell you go because I tried this. Go to your website. Go to this website. Click on get your payment. Okay, I'm not going to tell you what the date is now, but right now I'm just telling you any dealer that's not, and not just showing payments, that's not the answer. There's a correct way to show payments. Again, are you showing it for the consumer consumption or for machine AI consumption? Those are two different things.
Really glad you said that because we also have to admit the way we use AI. We are still the decision makers. We finish the race. We use AI to get to the finish line faster, but we
Yeah.
don't let AI tell us the final answer. We don't.
No, it gets us to where we the directional piece of where we need to be. And unfortunately, those who those directional pieces that show up in the answers, if you're not one of those pieces, you're not going to even be an option. If you don't show
Agreed.
up,
And
you're not even going to
there,
be an option.
and if you look at the number of dealerships and the inventory out there, etc., this is where the data component becomes so important.
Yeah. Yep. So on our next session, I'll let you know how many dealers were interested in having their inventory surface on questions through AI, especially affordability questions. We'll see how many say yes or no.
Good stuff. FlexPath DXP. Stay tuned for more with Tarry Shebesta, CEO.
Yeah, yeah.